Hey everybody, this is Lord Jackal here, and with me is a very special guest.
Hey guys, it's Mr. Game Pichu.
And we're currently sitting side by side about to co-op Shadow of the Colossus.
Woo!
So this ought to be an adventure. Let's go ahead and start a game.
Alright.
Now, when you're playing Shadow of the Colossus, the first thing you have to do is create a new game. Open up a save file. Watch the loading screen.
And then the 5-minute cutscene.
5-minute cutscene. Oh, I forgot about that. Oops. I'm really glad that we're doing this, because this is like one of my favorite games, just ever.
Same.
Just on almost every level, it excels in a lot of ways.
I remember when I first got it, I literally knew nothing about it, just a friend of mine recommended it to me. So I picked it up, and after I got it, moving closer to the mic, I found out that it's just all boss battles and everything, and I had no idea if that would be good or not, so I actually felt like disappointed until I played it, and that actually kind of made it better.
Yeah, for me, it was just, I just kind of like pulled it off my cousin's shelf one day. Just, we hung out, played games a lot, and he just had a lot of games that he just got from various places. And it wasn't something we'd really heard about. Back before I was like actively like involved in reading gaming news and such. This didn't get like all that much advertisement or anything, and I didn't really know about it.
Yeah. It's one of those games that's really an experience the first time you play it.
After that, it sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, man. This is kind of actually reminiscent. I actually just started playing Ico. And I knew very little about Ico until recently. And this scene right here is actually really reminiscent of the beginning of Ico.
Never played Ico, so I don't know what you're talking about.
One of the first things you do is you go into this chamber, and it's this huge spiral staircase. You climb to the top, and there's a girl in a cage there. And it's very... I don't want to say too much. This actually looks a lot like the starting area of Ico. There are some very, very marked differences, mostly that this is the entire building right here. And in Ico, the building is gigantic, and you're trying to get out of it.
Well, the whole thing is the building, so yeah.
Right. That's what I always thought was cool about it, is Ico and Shadow of the Colossus like share a lot of similarities, but they're built around like kind of opposing themes.
Yeah. Aggro. Best horse in video games, if you ask me.
Aggro. So, for this first part, Game & Pichu is going to be playing as Wander, our protagonist, who you see carrying the unconscious lady.
Mono, I think, is her name.
Mono? Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
I always thought it'd be funny if like his name was Wander and her name was like Stay. Anyway, so for this first, as he basically said, as Game & Pichu said earlier, the game is basically made up of boss battles. So the way we're going to do it is we're going to trade off Colossi.
Yeah.
There's 16, so we'll each get 8, and it should just be a great old time. And for the first one, Game & Pichu is going to play Wander, and I'm going to play the horse.
Because it works that way.
Yeah, once you get on the horse, you're actually basically just giving everything over to the second player.
Mm-hmm.
I love how simply the game sets up your goal, like without... It gives you like your reason for starting, like without any real dialogue. He puts her there.
Once they set you off at the beginning, it's pretty much just straight through towards the end. And then they start breaking a couple times for cutscenes, but very little.
Yeah, it's kind of nice because this isn't one of the games where like a lot of the plot's told to you. Like, as much as I love Metal Gear Solid, a lot of it happens before or after or in different places, and you're not actually affecting a lot of the plot. The entire plot of this game is what you're doing, and that's all it is.
Yeah, it's also not entirely clear, what the whole plot is, so, I know part of the reason they did it like this was so you could kind of decide for yourself, even though there is sort of a continuity with Ico.
Yeah.
But that's
but they still haven't even said which one comes first.
Yeah, like I've heard people say, this is a prequel, for I guess reasons I shouldn't spoil, but then I've heard the complete opposite. I haven't played Ico, so I don't know for sure how that plays out, but I could believe it either way.
See, this is really cool. We've already received all the exposition that we're going to get.
Yeah.
We've been given our motivation. We've been given our objective to destroy these Colossi, to get the ability to bring her back from the dead.
Exactly. That's all you really need to know to get going.
Well,
Then
I
you-
guess there's actually more exposition right here.
Yeah, but after this it's going, but still.
I honestly don't know what else to say. If you guys haven't played this by now,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'd actually suggest playing it before watching this. Not that I don't want you guys to watch this, but
It's an
you really-
experience,
Yeah.
and honestly, figuring out how to beat each of the Colossi is fun, and it's better if you haven't seen somebody else do it.
Yeah, and it's just one of those games that you just have to play for yourself for the first time. Like, even if you don't watch this, I would suggest not even playing it like with someone. Honestly, it's a really solo experience, which makes this whole co-op thing.
We're just
little-
ruining the point of the game.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun. We were just like, hey, you know what game we both decided we really wanted to let's play Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah, I was like about to do it, and then I decided to do.
Yeah, and I was like, I'd really like to do this someday. And I was just like talking to him about it, and he was like, oh, well, we should just co-op it.
Yeah.
And then a little bit after we had that discussion, Nintendo Capri Sun did it.
Yeah. So decided to wait, and then eventually.
I don't know, we're gonna be much different. Are you Dorman? I love that. I love how they went with gibberish.
Yeah.
Made by the same people who made The Sims.
I know the HD collection must make it better, but this is just so beautiful for PS2 or really for anything.
This is the difference between art direction and graphical fidelity.
Yeah.
Like, what I love about Xenoblade Chronicles, for example, about its visuals, isn't the graphical fidelity. I actually wish that it wasn't on the Wii because I feel like the graphics held it back. On the Wii U, it would probably look amazing. But the art direction was just stunning. Just going into an area, seeing the way it's laid out, the lighting, the positioning of all the elements. It's just beautiful. And that's kind of what this is.
I actually wouldn't be surprised if, because on the PS3 they have like HD collections and HD remakes, if they start doing that for some Wii games and whatnot. I do remember reading that they're putting GameCube games on like the Wii U's Virtual Console.
Yeah, GameCube's not going to be backwards compatible, so they're going to have to do it virtually.
Yeah.
Which is kind of good, because it means they won't just be re-releasing the same things
Mhm.
they'd already released.
Yeah.
Because Virtual Console's going to run out of stuff eventually, unless you keep adding systems.
I mean, people got pretty upset when they heard there wouldn't be backwards compatible with the GameCube, but it's like, it's 2 generations previous, like, I can understand it.
God,
So,
they leave so much vague here.
yeah, it's basically just,
Does Dorman, what's the relationship between Dorman and the Colossi that he wants you to destroy?
yeah. And
They don't even really say what Dorman is. He's a god.
Exactly.
You get that.
He's some kind of god, demon thing, whatever, and
There's this conflict between, is he a god or is he actually,
yeah.
this horrible, being that's trying to destroy the world? They
They give you so many mixed, that they give it to you on both sides of it, and that's kind of the whole point. And this is just so vague here, but you know exactly what to do. It's just so beautifully done.
Well, they give you your objective. You don't know where you stand morally.
Yeah.
And there's definitely, well, we'll get to that later, but there's definitely drawbacks to what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's not just oh yeah, I'm gonna give my woman back.
It's, boom, he's dead. No, boom, he's dead. Okay. She's alive. Or is she?
This would actually be a really fun cosplay. I haven't seen anybody do Wander.
Then
I've seen a girl do Wander, but that's it.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Just have one guy go as Wander and have one guy dressed in like a big Colossi suit and run around jumping on him.
Guy just covers himself in rocks. Rocks and hair.
That would be pretty funny to see.
I think my favorite cosplay so far is still the Quap guy.
Going to Comic-Con for a couple times, I've been there a couple times. See some really... it doesn't even get, more, bigger every year, just different.
Yeah, this is my first time going was this year. I only went for a little bit on one day, but next year I'm hoping to go, all 4 days on a press pass. Because now I'm working with Zelda Informer, so that'd be kind of cool. Especially because, next year, Nintendo's going to be showing a lot of stuff. Because they're going to be trying to sell the Wii U as a console, so all the software is going to start coming out.
Yeah. Nintendo for the times I've gone and okay, we're actually playing now. That's good.
Excellent.
Good. Okay, let's. Of course, you can't actually move yet.
And now we've seen about 90% of the cutscene time in the entire game.
Yeah, pretty much. Just like a minute cutscene like later on, and then not much else. Okay, so we're moving around. Controls are fairly simplistic. I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah, they basically tell you. Here's aggro.
Aggro Crag. Oh man, I haven't seen Guts in forever. This is kind of cool. They didn't really explain like how this works, but just kind of adds to like the wonder of it. But holding down O, one of your sword's like chief functions aside from stabbing things, is that it's magical and basically directs you to where you need to go.
See, now I know exactly where we're going, but this isn't a hard one to find. It directs you right there. It's
Yeah.
literally like the first thing you see as you come out is this like path down here. So we're just going into that little area.
The first Colossi is honestly one of the most memorable for me.
Of course it is, yeah.
If only because like it's such a good setup.
Mm-hmm.
It introduces you to everything you're going to do in the game in like a really simple way.
Intro stage.
Basically. But they still make it work in the context without it like feeling like you're just it's just an intro, it's just a tutorial.
So we're here and
this is the other cutscene we were talking about.
Yeah.
Oh man.
They kind of tell you where to go here, but it's pretty simple now.
Yeah. Ah!
Momentum. Okay, move. Okay, there we go.
The controls have aged a bit. Not gonna lie.
I'll admit, yeah. And you can grab.
That's why I can't wait for the last game in the trilogy.
Whoa. If it actually comes out.
It will. It's gonna come out. It's just a way to let the company. I mean, so it set him back a bit.
That one trailer just got me.
The trailer is so good. It's called The Last Guardian. Go look it up if you're not sold on the series yet. It's gonna be Ico, Shadow of the Colossus, and The Last Guardian are kind of like a loosely tied trilogy.
Yeah.
Where really they're tied more by theme and a very, very general
world.
Yeah.
Sort of.
As opposed to like actually like a sequential plot.
Yeah.
But all three of them, like the two that I've played and the one that I haven't, are just like the Last Guardian looks like just as good, if not better, than the others. The graphics are incredible, of course. But aside from the presentation, like, they don't even need good graphics to present a game well. Like,
yeah, like,
the
this
studios...
is doing it on the PS2, and it does it just fine. Ico, I know, is PS2, right?
Yes. Ico was near the beginning of the PS2's life.
Yeah, so, even earlier than this. And, oh boy.
Say hello to the first Colossi.
That is just... When that thing first shows up, and it's just enormous,
yeah,
and
you're
you
just
don't see it coming, like, he says they're Colossi, but now you know it's true.
Yeah, when he had no idea like what the game was actually about, like having no idea what to expect, and coming into this. I also love how like he's just walking around, he's just existing, he's not like attacking anything.
Yeah, it really makes you think about what you're about to do.
Yeah.
Okay, now it tells you can switch weapons, so there's really only two. There's a sword and a bow and arrow.
Right, and those are the weapons you start with. You really don't get any more weapons in the first playthrough, but what they do is, what they did to add replayability is
okay, let's get his attention.
They have time attack mode, and by completing like time attacks and like the bosses in hard mode and such, you unlock like better swords. You unlock different weapons.
Yeah, pretty much everything you unlock is after doing the initial playthrough.
Yeah, the initial playthrough they just give you sword bow. It's very simple,
and
very bare
your
bones.
Health and energy upgrades.
Yeah, you gotta be like.
Okay, now you want to get to the
this guy's existence.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, the Colossi are basically made up of two things: stone and this kind of mossy hair thing. And obviously the stone is hard to damage.
Okay, there we go.
But the hair you basically can use to scale the animal. I'm sure you guys have at least heard of Colossi before.
Yeah.
But basically, each boss is like in two stages. You have to climb it and you have to strike them.
There we go.
It's very unconventional. I haven't played anything else like it, except for that Castlevania game that ripped it off. Lords of Shadows, I think.
Jeez, how am I scared?
Wow, if we lose on the first Colossus. You're already at half health.
Oh my god. This is... Okay, now he's trying to shake us off.
I love the fact that they use the motion blur to, like, help.
Yeah, really.
Ooh.
I died? Oh my god.
Ooh. Wow.
What?
I've actually never died playing this.
Well, way to make me feel
I've
good about
never-
myself.
Wow, I've never felt as bad as you must feel right now.
Oh,
Actually.
God.
That's
That's... Don't...
that's like
Don't,
really.
don't talk to me right now.
Wow. Like, I don't know what to say.
Nah. I'm gonna do this now. It's gonna take like 30 seconds. No,
Okay.
it's not. But
Okay. Yeah, each Colossi takes a while to beat just because of how massive they are.
also, early on, you have very little stamina, very little health, so it's hard to climb up them in like one go.
Are we gonna have to go
sometimes.
get some lizards and fruit before you can beat the first Colossi?
No, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
Okay. Actually, I'm not gonna get his attention this time. Let's
Yeah, no, just
sneak
jump
up
on him.
behind him. I remember the first time I played this though. I didn't die, but I had to like run off to the side to heal myself because I had no idea how to do it.
Yeah. Oh, I feel so bad for this guy because he's just like doomed to just like walk in a circle.
Okay.
Hold up thy sword to reflect that. You can see the mark though. It has weak spots that are represented by glyphs and also by that kind of shadowy pulsating.
Yeah. Basically,
Um,
you stab.
you have to stab the vital spots. I mean, you can damage them by stabbing like any of the furry spots, but it does so little damage.
Yeah.
I've tried to kill them with the bow and arrow before, and it just doesn't work.
I think it was the 17th Colossi down to half health with nothing but bow and arrow.
Yeah.
And that was just because I had a really tough time in
Scaling it.
hard mode, scaling it.
It must have taken forever.
Yeah. Also, because I hadn't played it in a while, I completely forgot how to do it.
I heard that there are a couple different ways to beat this Colossi.
Oh, I almost got him. I hit his ear. His stone ear.
Like there's the bet.
Okay,
Ah!
what did I just do? Oh my
You
God.
pressed triangle, I think.
Yeah. No, I did
Oh.
that on purpose because I was trying to do the jump stab thing.
You can do a jump stab?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Like, it's more powerful than just stab.
I had no idea. I always just crouched on it and just did a full strength stab. Like the method that he's using here is stabbing the vital spot on the leg to like get him to like go to
Yeah.
one knee, so that he's then easier to get up on.
I think this...
I heard that there's a way to get him.
I think you can scale his hammer or something like... Not hammer, or whatever that
Well,
is.
not even
yeah,
that, but I heard,
I think.
and I've never gotten this to happen, and I haven't even actually looked for footage of this, but I should actually look for footage to see if it's actually possible. Apparently there's a tree up here, and if you stab his leg in the right place,
Oh, jeez.
you like you can get him to like kneel down, like fall over, and he'll like impale himself through the eye with a tree.
Really?
I've heard, but that might just be like a rumor that somebody started spreading. I do need to try it
Yeah.
at some point. Maybe we'll try it as a bonus video or something. Figure out where that tree is, and I need to see if I can find a gameplay video of it to like prove that it exists.
Okay, I'm just gonna do it the regular way.
Yeah, and see, he's gonna try to shake you off at like all. See, those eyes are
Yes.
glowing, so the eyes are weak spots.
Yeah, I think you can... If you hit him with arrows, it...
If you hit him with arrows in the eye, it does a lot of damage.
Yeah, okay. That's something.
But none of the Colossi have like scalable faces.
And he's
though.
bleeding.
Yeah. Oh, it just shoots out the
Yeah.
and the music and not just the graphics, but the atmosphere, like the way that they're using a little bit of fog,
Here
the
we
way
go,
that
I
they're
got him,
using
I got him.
motion blur,
Yeah, it's...
just like really builds up the just.
Okay, there we
boom.
See, once you get on him, it's not that hard, as long as you don't screw up stupidly like I did.
Yeah, this is just your
So-
introduction to the Colossi. He didn't even use his club.
Yeah, well, I didn't try to get his attention this time, I just followed him.
There he goes.
There goes the hand. Oh, man.
Just the feeling of killing like the first Colossi
Yeah. And then there's this.
the first time you play
And
it.
then there's this.
You guys all remember that?
This!
entire-
Oh, God, that caught me by surprise. I was like, what the hell is happening?
Yeah. Like this entire game's just gonna be.
Okay,
hey,
he's dead. Game over. Sorry.
Sir, she's back alive. No, this entire game's just gonna be like, hey guys, remember nostalgia? Back when you played this the first time?
Remember when I played this for the first time 5 years ago?
Yeah, everybody that's watching this, because everybody that didn't play this, we told to stop watching.
Yeah, basically. Oh, God, watch us have like 3 viewers for this
Would
whole
you like to
series.
save?
Yes.
Yes.
New file.
I wish you could name him. That's okay.
Name him?
Yeah.
What, do they even call him by name at any point?
No, they don't. Just the guidebook calls him Wander, I believe.
Yeah, the guidebook calls him on. See, that's how I know the girl's name is Mono, because it says on the guidebook.
Her name is Mononoke. Wow, 9 minutes of playtime. See, this game can go pretty fast when you know what you're doing.
Yeah. See,
I
if I
remember-
hadn't died there, we probably would be at like 5 minutes, so.
The first time I played, I finished at around, I think,
Okay.
10 hours.
Also, I'm going to hand off the controller to him, so we'll be taking
Yeah.
it from now on.
Cutscene. Oh. Yeah. Well, we'll finish the cutscene and then we'll cut the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, wait.
Oh yeah, we gotta kind
We're doing an episode per Colossi.
Yeah, a 9-minute episode about.
There's Sexy. There's me.
And they're both on.
Just
He's getting up.
back. Look at his costume, by the way. Just memorize this costume and the color scheme.
Hmm.
Music, the atmosphere.
How do they do it?
That was already more polished than Sonic 06. Well,
This game's first step is more polished than the entire Sonic.
It's like when you take a step, it actually has a footstep. And when he shoots a sword, it actually has a sword sheathing.
When he gets hit, he doesn't disappear.
Boom.
Kaboom. Physics.
So that definitely just like drives home the fact that you just killed a beast.
Yeah.
So like then there's an explosion. Okay.
Man.
I can't actually remember what the second one is. Let's see.
I do.
Seaside Cave. It moves slowly. Raise thy courage to defeat it. Seaside Cave. Oh, I remember this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a fun one.
It's
All
nice.
the Colossi I enjoy. Like, every fight is awesome.
Yeah, I don't
Ooh.
think any of them are too similar to each other.
Yeah, each fight is very different.
Then again, if you have your entire game be based around them, you're hopefully going to spend a lot of time making them all unique.
Argo. Argo.
Argo?
Is it Argo or aggro?
It's aggro.
I can't tell.
Although I
from
kept
the-
getting confused when I saw I kept calling the movie.
I kept calling it Argo because
Yeah.
of Jason and the Argonauts. I was just like, oh, Argo's a word, not aggro. But then I saw
Yeah.
it like Nickelodeon Guts, and I was like, oh, aggro's a word.
Mm.
And then I just didn't know. Seaside Cave's to the left, I believe.
Yeah, it's
What?
behind the...
I just love that you remember Nickelodeon Guts.
Hi, Colby.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he was here before.
Yeah, he's been sitting behind us watching the whole time.
Yeah.
I like to watch.
He's just a casual observer.
Oh. So, in the next episode, we'll go after the second Colossi.
In a cave by the sea.